Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk with Coach. I am your host, Becca Goldsberry, sales and leadership coach with Southwestern Consulting. This podcast is all about learning from the best in the business, those who have walked the walk and are ready to share their journeys, lessons, and hard earned wisdom. We are about to discover some really invaluable tips today from our guests that can help transform your business or leadership journey. So buckle up and get ready for another episode of Talk with Coach. I am excited to introduce today's guest, Keena Wallace. We have had the pleasure and have had so much fun over the last year and a half, and we connected through a friend, Jen Staggs, and I just cannot wait for her to share her expertise with you. Keena has over 9 years of title experience, starting as an escrow assistant, working all the way up to this top producer and phenomenal title agent here in the Indy area. Keena, so during the epidemic, you had a shift into this real estate industry, and she decided to really create her own real estate mobile closing business. So in 3 years, she has completed over 2,000 table closings, working not only with title companies in Indiana, but with multiple out of state title companies, attorneys, and bank serve. So she is currently an account manager with Nations Title and really targeting Central and Southern Indiana. Her love for creating lifelong partnerships is the root of her drive in business. And let me tell you, Keena's just like me. It's all about relationships and building those partnerships. She is a member of the Hendricks County Business Builders, Central Indiana MIBOR, and so many other amazing organizations within the business. She is a mother of three. She loves having a flexible schedule that fits her crazy fun, busy life. If you ever see what her and her family are doing on Facebook. They live in Martinsville, Indiana, and with their beloved Pomeranian, Chewy, who's so cute. Uh, in her off time, she loves doing anything outside with her kids, from boating on Lake Monroe here in Southern Indiana all summer long with their friends, hiking, camping, playing baseball in the backyard. What I love most about Keena is her ability to connect with people. The moment I met Keena, we just clicked. I knew she was going to be a lifelong friend, a partner in crime, somebody who really listens. And Keena, you just have this heart of gold that I think everybody just wants to be around you because you're just such an amazing person. So, Keena, welcome to Talk with Coach.
Man, that's hard to talk after that.
Hey, it's
Thank you so
true.
much.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you on.
Me too. I'm
So,
excited to be here.
and I know you recently made a move
I
in the
did.
business, and now you're with Nations
Mhm.
Title.
Yes.
So share with everybody a little bit about what you do, how you got into, the industry. And I know like during the pandemic, you really shifted your business. Like
Big time.
share a little bit about you and your story and what's
Yeah.
happening nowadays.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
This is so exciting. My palms are sweaty, but I love you and I love being with you, Becca, and drawing from you and your energy. It's so contagious. So thank you so much for welcoming me here.
Right back at you.
So I guess I should start kind of back at the beginning during COVID. And what a strange market it was in the real estate industry and the shift of what do we do? Do we still sell houses? Do we still have closings? Can
Yeah.
people sit by each other? Like, how do we even do this? I saw a real need there that there were so many people that were really wanting to take advantage of the interest rates being such a lower rate, something that's only going to happen probably once in our lifetime,
Yep.
that we'll see those 2%, 3% interest rates was just
Hmm.
phenomenal. Well, there was a lot of people that didn't feel comfortable going into the office or meeting at a public location. So I really saw a need there. And I had spoken with several of my mentors, and they were like, right now is the opportune time if you ever wanted to start your own business. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to jump in, going to see how it goes.
Hmm.
So I did. I started working, putting myself out there, marketing myself, learning how to market myself.
Mm.
so that I could work with multiple title companies and lenders. And I was reaching out every single day. I'll go to people's homes. I will go close in their car. I'll go stand at their front door, let them know that these are accessible ways that we can still close. And it spread like wildfire.
That okay.
And yeah,
Well, I was gonna say, do you remember I remember meeting people in Starbucks parking lots,
yes,
ordering Starbucks through the drive-through and sitting, opening the back of your trunk and literally having coffee
yeah.
time with people just because we were so over Zoom meetings and
Oh
team
my gosh,
meetings
yes.
all the
Yes.
time. So we just
And it
needed connection, right? So
very much so.
yeah,
And I think taking it out of the office sphere and making it to where people felt a little bit more comfortable when there wasn't 7 or 8 people in the closing room and it was only just one person,
yeah.
still with gloves on, still with a mask on. But coming to your home, I think that was very attractive, especially to refinances, because I could do about 8 to 10 a day.
Well, in that time frame, let's be honest, there were 8 to 10 to do every day
Yes, every
because
single day.
everybody was refinancing at that time.
Right, right.
I remember we did because we went from a 5.25 down to, just a little less than 3, and I'm like,
Wow.
"We're not ever moving."
No,
Like, we're not moving. We're here
that's
at
it.
this house until we pay it all off, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're here, you
Yes.
know, because it's not gonna happen again. Like,
No.
when I've talked to so many of my coaching clients in mortgage and real estate and title, like, we will never see 2 and 3% ever
Never
again.
again.
So
Never
people
again.
waiting for that, it ain't gonna happen.
It's not.
At best, it will get a 4.5. I don't know if we ever get that close. You're gonna be lucky in the 5s.
Yeah.
So
5s is
go
gonna
ahead and
look
just
more
move,
reasonable.
everybody.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead and move and build your houses, people.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Do you now, while rates are lower,
yeah.
rather than waiting until they increase, it's such an opportune time to buy right now.
I tell people all the time, go ahead and buy now because even if the rates drop more, now you're gonna get the buying wars
Right.
and the home price is gonna skyrocket
Very
again.
much so.
Nobody's gonna win. I mean, so
No.
go ahead and do it now. Don't
Yeah.
wait. Don't wait.
I agree. I agree. And with the different incentives and things that a lot of our lending partners are
Yes,
offering right now is insane. So getting in now while those are still available is
yes.
such an opportune time.
I have a coaching client in Wyoming who is in mortgage, and she was just telling me they're covering closing costs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, people, this is a
Yeah.
good time. Don't wait. This is good
Right.
spring. Let's go.
It makes sense. And I know that old saying, the date the rate, marry the house. I think that's so
Mhm.
fitting right before Valentine's Day.
That is so good. I
It's
love it.
so true because you are thinking long term of your equity and
Mhm.
of building your investment. You can always refinance or look at removing the PMI or things like that off of your mortgages.
Right.
I think a lot of people don't think about that long term.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. So tell me a little bit more about Nations Lending. I know that was
Yes.
the new move for
Yes.
you. And how are things? It sounds like things are going well and that Nations is a great fit.
It really honestly is. And I'm so excited because Nations is actually a brand that's been in Indiana for almost 30 years. We are just that. We are national. So, yes, we are in Indiana, but we're in all 50 states as well, which is very attractive if you are a realtor and you're doing business in Florida or Arizona. Our Indiana team can actually facilitate the entire transaction, even out of that state, which is phenomenal. And then we just work alongside of the closing team in that state. So it's still open communication, full disclosure. It's just an easy process. Also, with Nations, I'm really looking to grow my business and be able to open up my book of business even more. And with our Nations team, I'm able to do that
Yeah.
and to offer a lot of different things that maybe some other of our competition may not be able to do. And it's a breath of fresh air and it just feels so good to be a part of it.
I was gonna say, you just mentioned that, and I'm thinking about all my realtor and mortgage clients around the country, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I need to connect you
Oh,
because
I
if
love
they've got
that.
people, moving in and out of Indiana,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
an easy fit and vice versa."
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would love
Because let's face it, Indianapolis is really growing.
it is. Well, and I was just reading a statistics the other day. It is one of the top, what was it, top 5, I believe, in the United States of the highest trafficked online to look at moving to. Indianapolis is because of our low crime rates, our affordability, our property
Mhm.
taxes are not astronomical. It's a win-win when people are really looking at living in Indianapolis. So it's very attractive.
I would totally agree. And I would say either even the southern counties of Indianapolis are like property taxes are way better than, of course, our
Oh my
north.
gosh, yes.
Poor our
Yes.
poor northern neighbors. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Looking at my taxes here in Martinsville, I pay
Yeah,
800 for the year,
yeah,
the whole year.
yeah, yeah,
And just like you, I bought my house when interest rates were 2.25.
yeah.
And so it's a no-brainer.
No
I'm never
brainer.
leaving.
Yeah, that's right. We're stuck. So what is okay? So Martinsville, for those of you guys who don't know, it's very close to Bloomington, so it's kind of in between Bloomington and Indy. What do you love about Martinsville?
It's a small town feel. Now with the Interstate 69, I can be in Bloomington in 20 minutes. I can be in Mooresville in 12 minutes, Indianapolis in 20 minutes. I am so centrally located. But where I live, I can walk to all of the eateries downtown in Martinsville.
Nice.
They're building a brand new theater, which is exciting and new. And we have a music venue downtown as well. So there's so much to do for a young family when you don't want to put everybody in car seats and buckle up everybody and
Right.
drive to the nearest town. We just get the stroller and go down the street, which is fun. And there's parades for every holiday. Even Christmas, there's a Christmas parade where they spray fake snow. So if it's not snowing,
That's awesome.
always snowing in Martinsville around Christmas.
That is fun. Too fun. I love
So
it.
much fun.
So, how did you decide to get in the title business 9 years ago? How'd that happen?
That's kind of a whirlwind of a story.
Okay. One you
So
can share.
I would love to share.
Okay.
So I used to be a general manager of a steak and seafood restaurant called the Coachman in Plainfield. It's just 20 minutes outside of Indianapolis. It's really not far from the airport at all. And I used to book bands and live events. So one evening, I am working at the restaurant and it's a busy night. It's a Friday night, and there's a woman sitting at my bar with her laptop. And I'm like, it's Friday night. Why are you working? You should be having fun. And
Right?
she goes, "Oh, I am having fun." I'm like, "Doing work?" And she said, "Well, I'm actually in the real estate industry. I do title insurance." So I started talking with her. I was really intrigued with what she did.
Mhm.
And she told me, "You'd be great at this." And I'm like, "I'm really good at this. Like, I know restaurant and bar and live music and entertainment." I was like, "I don't think I could ever get into the real estate field." She sucked me in. And Deb Thompson. And she used to be an instructor here in Indiana for title. She's passed away about 5 years ago, but I'm so very grateful for her and what she's taught me and how she mentored me. And I think I pray for her daily because I'm so thankful for how she changed my life and the course of my family's life.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And it was something seriously from God. So I'm
Mhm.
just very thankful that I'm now on the path that I know I'm supposed to be on.
Isn't it amazing how when we have just like that one person in our life that literally changes the trajectory of our life,
Yeah.
in our business, in our
Yeah.
career, personally and professionally, and it sounds like she was one of those people for you.
She really was. She really was. And the amount of knowledge that she had about title insurance is just incredible. And I wish she was still around now so I could draw from that. But I'm so thankful that she made me a part of her inner connection
Mhm.
because now they are my mentors as well. And all of her friends and her colleagues and acquaintances. It's just neat how God planned all that out and how we are still very close connected.
That's fantastic. So, what were some of those defining moments that shaped your path? Can you share like a key turning point in your journey where you're like, This is like a spot in my journey to success.
Sure. Well, I had just had, well, we'll go back to when I decided to be a mobile closer because that was such a defining, everybody, my family thought I was crazy because here I am at a salary position and I was doing very well that they were like, why would you want to go and do something on your own? I said, well, I honestly feel like I'm being called in this area and it's one that's not very common and really not even heard of. And I feel like I'm supposed to start something in this area.
Yeah.
And they were like, try it and see. Just see how it goes. But, you need to go back to your regular title job if it doesn't work out. But I was determined that I was going to succeed. And I was determined that it didn't matter how many closings I had to do in a day. I knew exactly what my bottom line was, and I knew exactly how much I needed to make per week. And I think that was a lot of me being in the restaurant industry,
Mhm.
was that I knew how many shifts, how many tables, or a roundabout figure that I would need to serve to make the money that I needed to make for my family. And that's how I looked at my mobile closings, was I knew day to day how many I needed to perform that day. And if I didn't have that amount, I was texting companies and saying, could you use an extra person today? Do you have any refinances tonight or this weekend? Willing to do those when a
Yeah.
lot of people wouldn't, or drive to Evansville or drive to Anderson,
Mhm.
making myself really readily available. Um, I wasn't going to fail. I didn't care what it took. I wasn't going to fail. And it took a lot of nights of me missing my kids. And it took a lot of weekends of literally being on the road from sun up to sundown.
Mhm.
But I did it. And I learned so much from it. And I think that that's what's made me such a stronger account manager
Yeah.
because I was willing to put in the time and the effort to put my boots on the ground and dive in and really learn my craft and really learn more about title and real estate itself. So I'm so very thankful for that pivotal point.
Such a so this from because you are so good at marketing. Like if anybody knows you or follows you in indie, they know you are phenomenal on social media.
Thank you.
So, and right now, as a sales professional, right? Like you went from a W-2 to a 1099 basically,
I did.
right?
I
And
did.
so many people are like, why do salespeople want to go commission based? Great question, right?
Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
because you got to kill, to
It's
bring home
hard.
the bacon. That's right.
It's hard.
It is very hard, but yet it's so rewarding
It
because I
is.
always remind people sales professionals are the highest paid profession
Right.
in the world.
Right.
So you just got to go want and go get it and be hungry enough to do the work,
Yeah. Well,
right?
can I give you an idea of what
Yeah.
that looked like?
Yeah.
When I worked as a escrow assistant closer for the builder that I was working for up north for
Yeah.
that title company, I was only making about $40,000 a year.
Mhm.
And there was no bonuses, there was no increases. That was it. That was my base pay, and that's all I had. In my first year of mobile closing, I made $65,000. In my last year of mobile closing, I made almost $95,000.
That is 120-ish% increasing income
Yes,
growth, girl. Yes.
because I was determined. I was not going to fail. I was going to succeed, and
Mhm.
I would do whatever it took to get there.
I love it. We know business is never smooth sailing. What's one of the biggest challenges that you face and how'd you overcome it?
Would say getting out of my own way
Mm,
because I think we self sabotage a lot. And we say, you know what, if I go to this event or if I go to this, this networking, I'm not going to know anybody. I'm going to be just sitting there.
mhm.
But I think we need to realize everyone else feels that same way that we feel too.
Amen. Yeah.
We just need to get out of our own way. And I'm a spiritual person, so a lot of times I pray and I'm like, God, just help me to just be relaxed and help me to just be calm in your presence and know that you brought me here for a purpose and a reason. And when I do that and I take a moment, I honestly feel like I meet more people, I make more connections, I am able to retain more, and that I'm not all over the place.
I do the same thing. It's funny. You and I have talked about our faith before, and it's funny because I do the same thing, ask for the same things, but then I also ask for, God, just put me in the path to the right people that you want me to make a connection
Amen.
with today,
Yes.
and put me in the path of those who would be great partners and how I can help them or somebody they know grow their
Yes.
business, right? Like
Right.
who, like, put me in the path of who I can serve or be of value today.
I
Because
love
that's the one thing, right? Is like whether people work with us or not, we can still bring value in so many
right.
other ways. That's
Right.
the key.
Right. I 100% agree. And there's people that are in my sphere of business that
Mhm.
I've never even had a deal with, that I've never even closed with,
Same here.
but I value
Mhm.
their knowledge and their friendship and their camaraderie. And I know probably one day we're going to have a deal with together, or, so
Absolutely.
on down the road, they'll be on the other side of the transaction.
Mm,
But what I learn and growing, that is so vital in our real estate industry because that's where we gain a lot of our knowledge is from each other.
I would totally agree, right? Like not everybody that, I network with or partner up with, does coaching with us. But
Right.
down the road, somewhere, some way, there will probably be a reason to either do coaching or training with us at
Oh
some point,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just going to happen. But so in the meantime, how can I be of value? How can I bring somebody to them? Just how can I serve? I think a lot of sales professionals or just professionals in general
Right.
sometimes forget that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
we don't need to be salesy and cheesy and pushy. It's just like, hey, what do you need help with? Can I connect you with somebody?
Exactly.
Do you want me to introduce you to somebody? I've got an event. Do you want to come with me? Like,
Right. Right. Right.
get on the bus.
Yes.
Hop on the fun bus and let's go. Right?
Yes.
Keena and I like to have fun. Let's go, people. Hop on the fun.
Let's go. And I think that's one thing too is that people think they're selling their trade secrets when they're opening up and they're letting us. I'm like, that I want to share with you because this is what helped me. And maybe
Yeah,
this could help you because that just like what you said, adding value, giving that little bit of tidbit of information, sometimes even small, can be big in that other person's life and in business. That's what I love about title. Our title community is tiny. There's not very many of us.
no,
So we all really stick together because we have to, because that's where we learn and we grow is learning from each other and knowing eventually we're probably going to be working together somewhere down the road.
that's right.
So I would love to be your friend and your colleague to navigate these wild, real estate transactions that we have a lot of times.
There's also that mentality, and you touched on it. There's the mentality of do you have a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset? Like there's enough business for everybody. The question is, are you doing what you need to do to go earn that business? Or are you being grumpy in a corner, having a scarcity mindset because you feel like everybody's taking your business?
Right,
Doesn't matter what industry.
right, right.
It happens everywhere.
Or not going out and seeking the brand new referrals or
That's right.
seeking new clients. Just thinking that you're just going to work with your old book of business. You've got to be growing and you've got to be adding, and will just keep benefiting you in the long run.
And I think people in real estate, especially realtors, and I'm so excited about our workshop on Tuesday
Me
because it's all
too.
about helping realtors, you know, get more referrals and
Right.
be comfortable and different ways to go about it. But I don't think they think about getting referrals outside their network to grow
No.
their referral partnership.
Right.
I hear you. I know you hear it all the time too. Realtors are so I'm so bombarded by the mortgage guys and the title people. And I don't want to go to I had my client yesterday tell me, she's a mortgage. She goes, realtors don't want to meet right now. They're tired of meeting with everybody for
Right.
coffee. But I, but she's like, so how do I show value when they don't want to meet? I was like, you know what? That's a great question. She goes, because they think they don't need more partnership.
Right.
And I'm like, that's crazy talk
They're
to me.
wrong. They're
So wrong.
wrong.
You need hundreds of people.
Yes.
You
Yes.
need I always talk about with my clients, you need 100 champions. You need 100 people that are out there when they talk about, needing a title person or needing a realtor or needing a mortgage lender or needing
Hmm.
an insurance or a financial advisor or whoever, you need 100 people that when they talk about need this, they think of you instantly
Yes.
and like, "Oh my goodness, you've gotta go talk to Keena Wallace. Here's her number. Let me share her contact card with you." You literally need 100 people.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need 10 or 15.
No.
You need 100 or
You do.
more.
You do. And especially in our industry, because just like you know, Becca, there are certain professionals that only attract or only service one area or maybe just a few. But
Mhm.
then I think a lot of, just like you said, they're worried about getting out and meeting new people because they're worried about hurting their alliances and their
Yeah.
partnerships that they've made. But that's so not true because just like you said, how are they going to meet new people if they're not attracting new people?
Amen.
They're not, trying to bring in a new sphere to draw new people.
Mhm.
Just like you touched on, that's going to be your referral of, I know somebody. I know someone you need to talk to. You need to talk to this person that only does rehab loans or only does, it doesn't
Jumbo
hurt.
line.
Yes, yes. It doesn't hurt at all to know more people. Growing your clientele, growing your business. I don't
Yeah,
know why anyone would want to turn that down.
I don't either. To me, again, that it goes back to that scarcity mindset.
Yeah, I agree.
And if they've got business partners who don't want them to grow, maybe it's not the right partnership.
That might be a red flag.
That may be a red flag. You
Yes,
got it.
yes.
Absolutely.
And because if my partner's growing, I'm
You're
growing.
growing.
I had
Absolutely.
that conversation with a realtor this morning that said that he had talked to one of his loan officers, one of his lending partners, and let him know that he was meeting me this morning for breakfast because he's very excited about doing more marketing, doing more events, and more planning. He wants to be out in his community. And I love that. That is
Yeah,
so my thing. You and me both,
that's both.
because we just love being around people. And I told him, I said, if your partner is trying to keep you in his sphere, how are you going to grow? How are you going to do more and meet more people and meet potential clients and just be in that atmosphere if they want to keep you tucked in nice and close? I go, if you grow, he grows. And I think that's something that we need to
True.
focus on.
I agree. And I don't know why it's like in the real estate industry, whether you're in title, mortgage, realtor, even the insurance people, right?
Yeah.
Home inspectors, anybody in the sphere, it's like once they find you, it's like they want to keep you to themselves.
Right. Like you're a secret. You're a secret weapon.
Nobody needs to be a secret weapon.
Nobody.
It's okay.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
I love it. Oh, anytime anybody can have a dirty dancing,
My favorite.
quote, perfect friend, perfect. So during the toughest days, right, when maybe the market's crazy or it's a little bit slow, interest rates go back up or something crazy happens, how
Mm-hmm.
do you stay motivated, Keena, and just kind of keep pushing
Sure.
forward through the
Sure.
difficult times?
Sure. And I think we're there right now. Or I feel like we are at the end of that right now.
Mm,
And that we are at people are starting to unsettle. They're starting to think, you know what? Winter's almost over. It
yeah.
might be a good time to think about getting out and seeing if we want to move or buy a new home, or is it
Mhm.
a good time to start listing our house? We're starting to see the market really pick up right now. Interest rate,
Eh,
you know,
depends on the day.
depends.
Yeah.
We're starting to see more of that fluctuation of so many more new pre-approvals. I was talking to one of my lending partners yesterday, and
Mhm.
he said, I'm overwhelmed. He was like, my pipeline is surreal, the amount of pre-approvals that I'm having. He said the previous night he did almost 15 one night. And I'm like, it's coming. The shift is about to start. It's about to begin.
I ha you're on it because my client yesterday told me she's a lender, and she told me, she goes, "I just had the biggest loan come in at 1.134 million,
That's
ever."
awesome.
And she's been in the industry for a long time, so that's her biggest, one loan. She goes, "Becca, it's about to hit." Like, she goes, "Everybody who's been waiting since 2022," she goes, "I think," she goes, "the pre-approvals coming through,"
Yeah,
she goes, "the pipeline's really getting big." And
I
so,
agree.
you guys, if y'all want a house, you better start looking now,
Right now, right
right now.
now.
Yeah, I would agree.
And getting that pre-approval started so
Mhm,
that you are ready to rock and roll.
mhm.
I think a lot of people think I need to get a realtor first.
No, no. Get the pre-approval first.
Get the pre-approval first and then work with your realtor, work with, your trusted liaison in the real estate industry. Because if without that pre-approval, so many people are like, oh, well, I'm just going to start going to open houses.
No, people, no.
Not anymore. Not anymore. With the buyer's agency agreements and the way that, because I think a lot of people didn't pay real close attention last year.
Yeah,
And this year is going to be a very rude awakening.
very rude awakening.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm excited because now we have that groundwork and that foundation.
That's
So there's
correct.
no question. And it's all up front. It's very honest, full disclosure. I think the IAR and setting all that up last year was the best way to go for this new year going into after the presidential switch, the change,
Mhm.
because now we are ready to run. We already know what to expect on all spheres of lending, real estate, and title. And we've got all the nicks and the all of the mistakes corrected
The
so
bumps in the
that
r
we're
in the
ready
road
to
have,
execute.
yeah, the bumps in the road have been even.
Yes, 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 yes.
Absolutely. No, I can agree with you more on that, and it was rough for some people last year,
It was.
because, especially those who've been in the industry, 15, 20, 35 years, they're like, "What and what is this?
Oh
Like,
gosh, yes.
how do I navigate through all
Yes,
these changes?" Well,
yes.
now, okay, everybody knows.
Right, right.
We're good to go.
And we're
No,
ready to roll.
yeah, I
We're
agree with
ready.
the whole pre-approval thing, before you find a realtor, because you might be looking at homes that are, 600, 700,000, but you only may be pre-approved for 500.
Right.
So don't take your realtor all over Kingdom Come looking at homes that you're not able to get put into, because
Exactly.
that's step number one of upsetting your realtor
Yeah.
and then getting very frustrated with you.
Right, right.
So
Yeah, I
hindsight,
agree. Or the different products.
yes.
There's so many down payment assistance programs.
My goodness.
It's surreal, Becca,
I know.
what it has changed so much since COVID days and since, just 4 years ago. The availability and how more open these programs are, it's exciting for new home buyers, and it's exciting for VA loans and USDA loans.
That's where I was going, because it's like, if you are a veteran or if you're a fireman,
Oh,
a
yeah.
police
Healthcare.
officer,
Yes.
healthcare, like y'all, there are some really cool programs because you're an essential worker,
Right, right,
basically, now after
right.
COVID. So take advantage of these
Yes,
amazing programs that are out there, you know, and
I
then
agree.
find Keena to be your mobile closer, and it's gonna be done no cost,
For free,
for
for
free.
free. We do the entire state of Indiana for free.
That's crazy,
I
girl.
know,
There's
and
nobody
most
who
don't.
does that? Who does that?
Nobody, nobody, nobody.
Amazing. I love it. So, where the real estate industry is moving, and it's always constantly evolving,
All right.
where do you see real estate in a year? And then where do you see it in 5 to 10 years? I know I threw a big one on you. Think
No,
big.
because I've actually thought about it.
Okay.
So I think in a year, we're really going to see the people, like you just said, the people that waited after COVID and they shouldn't have waited. They sat too long. I
Mhm.
think we're going to see another big hit going into 25 and 26. of people that are finally okay, well, the interest rates aren't changing drastically. We're not seeing those interest rates as low as they were before. They're finally ready to make the move. They're finally ready to purchase. And I think we're going to see more builders. We're going to see more new builds.
Mm.
We may even see more incentives for to draw people to new builds.
Yeah.
I'm already seeing it. The interest rates that they are quoting for the amounts of moving into the brand new homes and communities.
It's
The
pretty stout, Keena.
it is surreal.
Like, I'm like, because I was excited when we built ours,
Right.
2018, and what we got for what we got and,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
and additional bonuses and stuff, and but
Right.
I'm looking at now going, "Oh my goodness, this time is even better,"
Even better.
and I'm like, "Okay," like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you can new builds are going it's gonna go gangbusters.
It's going to get wild.
It's gonna
It
get rid
really honestly is. And I think we're going to see a lot less of the issues that we did in the new home buying
mhm,
because before I started my own mobile closing business, I worked for a large builder on the north side of Indy and for the title company specifically. The amount of countertops that weren't coming in because of the shipping problems, not having toilets, not having appliances, we're not going to see that.
no.
And it's going to be such a smoother process.
Mhm.
And I think that a lot of people like you that had built a new home back in 2020, I think they're honestly starting to think about, is it time for us to build another new home?
Right? I
Is it time
very
for
well,
us to transition with
yeah,
a growing family or the other
right,
way around?
yeah,
Kids now are on to college, are bringing on mom and dad to live with us. That's where I think we're going to see the shift going 5, 10 years out.
mm,
We're going to see more of these intergenerational homes.
I would
And
agree.
with the amount of property taxes, the cost of living, the shift in our economy, it's making more sense to bring multiple family members to come together and to buy a larger home or a larger piece of property and build multiple homes on. It's more cost efficient. They're finding that they're able to divide and conquer. We're starting to see that now in Morgan County. That I'm sure you've seen the intergenerational home in Greenwood.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
for multiple families, all related, that have built this massive home. I think we're going to start seeing more of that 5 to 10 years down the road.
There was an article, and I think they kinda meant it tongue in cheek, but there's a lot of reality to it, where
Yeah.
this, article talked about, Gen X, which I am the end of Gen X, and I was born in '78, for those of
You're
you
still
what
young.
I'm still young, yes,
Yes.
I'm at the end of Gen
Yeah.
X, right? The beginning of Gen X is what, 1964-ish?
That's really big. That's a
Yeah,
big,
that somewhere in there, that's kinda like the start of Gen X, right? So, but they were talking about, like, those who are, on the top end, have had more birthdays in the Gen X range.
yeah.
A lot of them are starting to say, "Hey, kids, we'll come move in and help you take care of the grand."
Yep.
But it's a thing because the millennials who are, they're having their kids now and they're working and building
Right.
their careers. And so the Gen X is like, hey, I don't want to work anymore. So I think you're right. That multi-generational home,
Yes.
it's a big shift.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it
I
is.
see it. I see it a lot, especially in our neighborhood that we live in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and we're starting to see it here. I wish my parents would do it.
I just
I would
would like one of
welcome
my
the help.
I know. I just want one of my, one of, the set of grandparents to come and just, buy a house in our
Yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah.
So, yeah,
I would
make
love
it
that.
easier. I know, I would
Um,
too.
I'm very blessed that my mother-in-law actually lives, that's another reason why I bought this house is that she lives just right around the corner. She's just a block away from us, which is fantastic. But if she had it her way, we
Mm.
would just build a large home and we would all live together. So maybe one day that dream could be reality.
Speaking of business and work-life balance and
Sure.
kids, how do you stay balanced and recharge as a busy leader, busy professional? How do you stay because you work a lot,
Yeah.
you're a top producer. phenomenal mom of 3 adorable children,
Thank
wife, charitable work, church stuff. How do you balance it?
There are days where it is extremely hard, and that's when I know that I'm not balanced, and that's when I know that I haven't set myself up for success the night before or the week before or the
Mhm.
month before. I have to keep my calendar updated to the minute, and that is knowing a month ahead. I try to be at least 2 weeks to a month ahead knowing what to anticipate, especially for my kids doctor's appointments. I put all of their things in first, and then I try to figure out my work around that. So there may be weekends where I'm working literally Saturday and Sunday. But then I'm trying to figure out days of the week that I'm like, okay, when can I stop my appointments that day and go pick up the kids early? Or when can we sneak away on a Thursday night and go bowling? Because it's hard in our industry
Yeah.
because it is in the back of our heads. If we don't answer that first time they call, they're going to go somewhere else. We have to get out of that mode. We
Amen.
have to get out of that mode.
Thank you, sister.
And my mentor said to me the other day, and it just resonated in my soul. We attract, we don't chase. We
Yeah.
attract, we don't chase. And I needed that
Mhm.
because when I look at my schedule, I feel like sometimes that's all I'm doing is chase, 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 chase. I'm being more intentional in 2025 and I'm allocating what times I'm going to set for my work schedule and saying to myself, this is my family time and it's non negotiable.
Yeah.
I am not scheduling. And I actually got that from you. And I told myself, these are my non negotiable times. I'm turning my phone off. I'm not answering texts, emails, phone calls. It can wait and it will wait
That's right.
until I get everyone's baths done, until I get the kitchen cleaned up, until everyone's in bed, and then I'm back working. But yeah, that's basically, and like you and I have always said, I'm putting God in the very middle of my business and I'm letting him take the lead because if I was to do it, it would be a hot mess.
Preach it, girl. And you nailed it. Like, there are so many professionals in the industry that says, "Oh my gosh, if I don't answer this call, they're gonna go somewhere else."
Right,
No, they really won't.
right.
Especially, and this is where I tell people, you've got to set up proper expectations with all your
That's
all your
such a
partners.
key
Like,
yes.
"Hey, I will return if you call me past 7, I will return it first thing the next morning by
Right,
9 o'clock," or whatever your expectation is going to be.
right,
Let your client know, "Hey, in the evening times, it's family time, unless there is a complete meltdown emergency because we've got a closing at 8 a.m. and something happened at, with the loan, 5:15 or,
right,
6 o'clock or something,
right.
it'll be okay.
Yeah,
It will be fine. And you can wait until the next day, because you can't take
right,
time is the most precious gift. More Utley says it best. You can save a dollar, you can rebuild buildings, but every minute that goes by is a minute you cannot get back.
couldn't agree
Every
more.
minute we're not present with our family, with our loved ones, with the things that we want to do, we can't
Right.
get that back.
No, no, no.
So make the most of your time during, that 8 to 5 or whatever that
Right,
looks like for you, or whatever hours you work, and set up those proper expectations so you can absolutely live a life you love. You and I talk
right,
about this all the time. So I'm
right.
so proud of you, girl. So proud of you.
It
So
means so much to me.
I have a last question. So if
Sure.
you had to boil it down, what are the top 3 pieces of advice that you give anybody looking to grow their business or their leadership skill sets?
You said top 5?
Top
Is it
3.
top 3? Okay, good.
Top 3.
Say, if you're really looking to grow,
Mhm.
you have got to network. And that means that okay, that's going to be my top one. That's my number one, number one, number one. Network, 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 network. Whether it be at church, whether that be, in a networking group, whether that be meeting with a coach of yourself and saying, Becca, where do I need to be? Who do I need to meet? What spheres do you know? Or what groups that you're in that I need to be a part of? Not being scared to ask. Ask, 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 ask. Ask everyone in your family. Ask everyone in your friends group, your child's drive through to pick up the pickup line. If we don't ask, we don't know. My mom always said, well, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So you
Amen.
never really know unless you really ask. And that's one thing I have learned, again, getting out of my own way, is not to be worried about the thoughts of other people or how they perceive me or how they think of me, or knowing that I am doing what I'm doing to further my business and to provide for my family
Mm,
means that I have to get out and I have to ask and I have to go to those uncomfortable meetings where I may not know anyone and to meet more people. So I think ask, get out, network.
love it. Love it. So easy. People go do Keena's advice. Like, follow what Keena does.
But just, and a lot of prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never hurt. Never
never
hurt.
hurts. It doesn't.
Well, friend, I have enjoyed having you on
Me
today.
too. This was so much fun.
So much fun. And I can't
Yeah,
wait for a workshop on Tuesday and catching up and working with the realtors
me.
there and with Miss Heather Mayo of
Yes.
MJW Mortgage.
Yes.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. But
I love
everybody,
it.
this wraps up another insightful episode of Talk with Coach. A huge thank you to Keena for
Thank you.
sharing valuable insights, knowledge, and lessons from her incredible journey. If today's episode resonates with you, or if you have a burning question or a topic you want us to discuss in the future, I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Until next time, remember, every step forward is a part of your success story. Keep striving for greatness, keep learning, and don't forget your journey is beginning.